Good afternoon. I'm recording this YouTube video to hopefully help some other people out there that have a Maytag dishwasher, where you have a situation where all the buttons seem to be working fine, except for the start button is no longer working properly. So the model number of this particular dishwasher can be found, if I get down in here, it lists it there, but it's a MDB9959SKZ, and like I said, this particular issue just came up the other day. Of course, it was Christmas Eve, but went to go start the dishwasher, and it's like, okay, close the door and hit start. Nothing happens. So I started doing some investigation and found some other posts about similar problems, but the particular type of control pad that's in here is not quite like that. So we've got there's some diagnostics that can be done. This particular one, if you press 3 buttons in succession 3 times, it puts it into a diagnostic mode. And from here, if I hit any of the other buttons, I should get some kind of response or audible feedback. But again, on the start button, you get nothing. So we're going to go ahead and go through how to pull this apart and get to what's called the UI board, which in my case is what actually ended up being the problem. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel this, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've gone, and first thing you want to do is shut the power off on the breaker, and we'll see here that now I no longer have any power on here at all. So at this point, we're going to, let's see, you can see these Torx screws that are around the outside. All of them need to be taken out except for this particular one here. This is what holds the contact switch in for when you shut the thing that tells it it's closed. You don't want to take that one out, as I found out the hard way, because it drops out of the thing and it's hard to put it back in. So for this one, you can just leave that one there, and I'm gonna go ahead and go through that process real quick. I believe this one is I'm not sure what that is. Can't read it, but it's a Torx bit. So we'll just work our way around that. I'm going to leave the top ones in for right now. We'll see why here in a minute. This one. Go ahead and pull up on this, and there's a little levers down on the bottom here. You'll see meets up, and in my particular case, let's see, we've got to get these other, let's see it from the camera. There's screws underneath here, so I'm going to, there's a little, here. Inside of here, underneath here, there's 4 smaller, I think it's 3 or 4 smaller Torx screws that keep this component, this tray, white plastic tray in there. I've got the new part that I ordered from Appliance Parts Pros. I'll put that in the information on where I got it from. But you'll notice the replacement piece here matches up, looks the same as the one that's in there. So we're going to go ahead, and this one has a smaller, it uses the next smaller size Torx bit. So we'll go ahead and, actually I got to scratch that. There's 1, 2, 3 additional Torx bits to take the black part of the display off. These are a little bit shorter screws. Okay, now I got that out. I'll go ahead and pull this out and set this off to the side. Like I said, what I was talking about is you've got these 1, 2, 3, 4 smaller Torx bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop those off. Helps with a magnetic bit. Of course, I say that the last one doesn't come out as easily. Okay. Set that off to the side. Take my screws, and you'll notice there's a little plastic modular connector. You just pop that out. I'm gonna have to go grab a set of cutters to get that piece off there. So just set this down. Okay, I've got a new zip tie. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one off, being careful not to cut the wire, because that would be actually I don't want to do that. I've got to get this pried off of here. Okay, let's see what other tools I have here to try to pull this off of here.
What are you doing then?
I'm recording a video. Somehow this thing comes off of there, but it's there we go. Okay. As you can see, the old and the new, they look identical. So we're going to hope that that is the case. I'm going to go ahead and snap this back on. Pops back on there. We're going to plug that back in there. And just be careful, the orientation is pretty straightforward here. And we're going to take our small, shorter Torx. screw those back in. And you want to just get those snug. It's plastic, so we don't want to go crazy trying to do too much here. And it's pretty much just the reverse of what we just did. How we took it out. I'm going to stop the video for the moment here. Okay, so I've got the panel put back together, and you'll notice there's this weather strip kind of thing, gray type. What you want to do is when you're sliding it back on, you want to get that in position first, and then tighten up your top ones, and then work your way down on both sides. So I'm gonna do that next. Once again, these are, you don't need to be He-Man on the doing these in. Okay. Now we'll just work our way down. Put our other side screws in place. Now. That should be it. Let me go turn on the power. Okay, so as we can see here, when I hit the button now, I get a beep, and I've got my time displayed. I've already got some soap in there, so I'm gonna go ahead and close it, and I'm gonna hit start. And I can hear it running. It's kind of hard to see in there. You can see the thing is displaying now. The blue light's on. I can hear it running. And I think we're in good shape. So hopefully this will help you guys. Like I said, I'll put the part numbers for the busted part here that's broken. And actually, I can, if folks want me to, you can post it in the comments. There's a way you can use a multimeter to test on the contacts. Just flip it around. And that's how I was able to determine that this was bad, because testing the contacts with a multimeter on these other buttons, they all worked in exactly the same manner. You would see some I just put it on ohm meter, and you would see the numbers change as you press the buttons. And on the one that was broken, the start button, there was no change at all. So that's how I knew there was something wrong. Unfortunately, just to look at it, you can't really tell anything's wrong. Like some of the other posts talked about looking for corrosion and that kind of stuff. There's none to be found, but again, I'll go ahead and put in the comments where I got the part from, what the part number is, and hopefully it'll help somebody out. Thanks.